Chief Justice Assembly, I can't.
Yeah.
You see, I take a certain twist. And Rabbi who are brandy and Franka Cranka, also a demonstration, you said, and you.
Nanabi.
It's only a friend.
Nanabi.
You could see clearly, sir, the issues are a honor. Or more sway the conversation, and people are pursuing a certain political agenda. Yeah, my culture say Aba. Not Ghana for concern about our judiciary. That there is the need for us to prune it. Because one institution are aimed to mean fairly. A failure in a way will go down. Yes. So the air no, it's not something I would say politically motivated. And the air no. Beginning nearby, and I was John Mahama and Asha, see, and I am just so Chief Justice, and then Yamiadum petitioners and Obi anymore.
Additional to crowd
first petitioner, I a police officer, 5, and yet a police officer, no, he's a lawyer or greater crowd ACP or the Nasem court, and a year 7 year Boguno so, and now Wajatum not to her. Mammy, my better can't say, Omunipa. They virtually look down on almost everybody. And you know, Nipana what dinner summer we are one for no. Then, according to the gentleman, who can your friend saying Mosara Manipan and who senior lawyer Albert and I wouldn't share that kind of remark. And I'm a minute court and all can move Biatra, all good police in any mass our court.
Now her titles, they're not there.
And what would that attitude no chim na no ko heba bia asa bia asa ko school was ro police no ya I a lawyer wadi na sem wadi ne for fine wajiatum then off record comments and who as a disparaging comment who go na say and then the police officer can say I disagree with you my man say police boy monchino and the police officer was detained oh yes. That is what happened in the petition. And you know, Asaaba has nothing to do with the NDC. A personal way, ODB.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Nipa Kramba.
Yes.
Say, your friend said, say no, they are me. Police no, I'm a lawyer. And my culture that your friend Adibi, your friend say, sir, your friend say, a latest arrogance. Bina, Menkwana Mako school, they look down when we Nipa, that kind of attitude, no. And Abra, John Mahama. Conference we are so bold dia or chim na no style we na man for free say no that is that because the gentleman in the petition described it say that was the same thing the posture go and read the petition chim na no we are so we share na about that kind of way na say nipa no so or disagree with you immediately na arrest him and the police arrested the police officer and he was detained. That is what happened. So it has nothing to do with so BNDC and so the other people, no, and so there has to do with the Sika.
Yes.
Would you plane ticket? Chief Justice Baba, you are for 1 billion. Eddie plane ticket to America. Yeah, or my Sika. Am I 1 billion? No. How many young ladies in this country? And even 1,000
cities.
But states need to 1 billion. A man about plane ticket alone or quite a year piano, your friend is saying, per diem $10,000. You see the argument and they say, or you're entitled to, you see, yes, or to quote to me in Nabusia and as a folk, but we are talking about a private travel, and the arrangement is that who as a person, and I'm saying we Chief Justice, you know, we will pay, don't worry. But state, you know, you're interested, and if a police in security do what she said, yes, I will be idea kotoa. The state will have to suffer for that.
Sure.
Honor Nimyansa, security tranche meba bra. So the entitlement of the security officer nobody know rather comes to the daughter.
How?
Any greed. Police you know you be kuro you be hero or do what you anya shinko no so no nsabaka sa no because there is a reason why the state made it possible say kwa the private way no for security do what you say you security no tenancha na order the baba shall no plane ticket 1/1 way man no na okotua per diem ya ansi ba ko pe another trip oko na order ni kunu
DHS security na nine.
DC security na nine and ordinary call wow we member one for member. These are petitioner and otherwise no has to do with Nema so speaker issue no whole back on crowd there accusations of the man Chief Justice Marco 21 time ni ho can me go through ni nyina 21 accusations and also sadigu ma me no so yes oba na obeyi ne ho ano na there member can atwas na ya won say we in the politics enye council of state I go through all these accusations and am coming to conclusion say no asem no nyensem hunu yentimi montungu anti council of state I can asem ebia na amamfo onim the composition one of the immediate past Chief Justice so for Yakufu Unim Akoto Bam for dissenting those times, you know. She's a retired Supreme Court Justice bench in the Council of State in Hubi. And a mommy way NDC ni Betty Bodidrusu or a former Attorney General. Yes. Ojia ho sa o ne be so obi ani ba bi ofri ba omunyina keka ho bi so when it comes to Emra former Chief Justice also former Supreme Court judge. So these are issues I won't mean to say petty keke na I'm not sure that John Mahama can even pick a phone and call for Yakufu say I don't know any merit money merit. The president cannot do that. He cannot call Akoto Bamfo and tell her say yes it means that some more cano credence wom. So by saying a political party jita nani and John Mahama bae nipo mo luso mo jima high profile individuals bebre. Why is MPP not speaking for those individuals? Na mum we no mo kasama no. Enra tamale say ya fan say CEO no that tamale teaching hospital no. See you know di. I don't think that you on your press conference. Yeah. So you see that kind of attitude, you know. I say I don't know omo nkwa na betimi aye obi kwaya wouldn't mean Sanctity this one away because petition I can't answer me. Are you aware, say, Shraj boss? Your President Mills and appointed no. MPP political and not on pre. On Richard Niama, Omukwa petition so Omoya MPP for throw petition the command John Mahama say, Ma mena or your Shraj boss no what disika Shraj boss in the status at say justices of the High Court in the or throw petition the command is a mamina disika. John Mahama J petition no go through setting up committee mo go through at the end President Mahama remove
that, Shrad boss. I remember that.
The Shrad boss was appointed under NDC, but Ednam said they're not air cost no equity and President Mahama removed the Shrad boss. The same MPP or no Numuni pass send the petition that command John Mahama will follow through the constitution. And if he's following through the constitution, what is your business? And again, suspension of judges. This is not the first time.
Yeah.
And now straw petition the command President Mahama says some judges be akwa jam ponche na nkoko. Asem no President Akufo-Addo. And some no course na omoye omo find this omo hu say merit wom no mo nya ni asem no we President Akufo-Addo suspended these 4 judges including Justice Derry. Okay.
Yeah.
And sana final ruling neighbor abonten and sana opama mo so you see, these are powers are clothed our president war. And the Akufo-Addo can do the same thing. Why can't John Mahama do the same thing?
Because John Mahama.
Because John Mahama. You see that kind of way, no, looking down upon people say, oh, we didn't mean the way. Because Mekasa say, we are the poor winning yansa and can this petition, you know. And go no more kind of baby. And come walk civil society organization be a cheer. Say, I'm back as Sama. Never I see one any credible civil society organization where all can be Chief Justice. What is that India? So yeah, I think that the president must remain focused. Ghana for say your Supreme Court and there is a problem. Individuals are on one their personal dealing or more debonnier diomo. Policy no kind of petition in some woman. Yeah, over about hope. Nipa no sua de akodo police ACP at the court dia sema we nipa nyina o media o nanim ase na okọ react say I disagree with you was a police for nche no
na also disagree with you ada we ya hwan ya wo buru mra so ana I mean
yes kan so no sa be ma na oye ne sa no me hu ofa ni kunu ni nyansa wa be che ni kunu wa school che ni kunu
yeah to be a police officer what they go through.
Exactly.
Law, no? You can't just look down upon that person. And that is the attitude. With the Anamakacha, you see, these people are living in the past. In those 1990, we are Kokotina, me judge, and the generation where I don't know my catch.
Yeah,
but say, Pontius Pilate no mo shada de chem kunta na kra ba na wudi nsemu na nipa be kana bia kire sa my lord no among for respect you based on what you do not because you are chief justice na Akufo no your president kra no na among for come adwenche how many times yes na as a president the kra among for come adwenche how much more chief justice because I disagree with that was monchire no that is ya che na ko detain ya che na detain na mana ko sa ne ma we nyina na ya kata so yes. After the ruling. Yes.
After the ruling. Yes. Don't like doesn't even make sense.
Yes. What did you
did you ever think that you were going to appoint any very serious brain?
Yes. Because
considering his posture.
Because as a chief justice, you know. Reasonable. So you have to be very reasonable, very accommodative, that kind of stuff. Obia can some kind of that kind of way. The bottom line is the judgment has been passed already. Where lies this commenter? And in her response, you know, she couldn't refute that particular. I read the response. The response, she could not refute. Saying some now branch can and decisions are one fan no and one judge your friends a decision now I represent the view of your friends all other way no
the judges no one in na tina sika won tibo mu say I disagree in your fan too and as I judges no kwa na was e some question
fan konkotum and na asem na branch no kan no enya enough any basis e betimi active 146 and that is for the friends the committee to decide.
That's the reason why people are saying the response no cramp my assembly more serious.
Yes,
because you admitted to all the allegations.
What you say about papa na sem to anipa judge ya ote your friends committee enemy Panama has been at the Supreme Court. Yes, any pan go and check the records. Panel in baby because they tag him with certain ways. Until recently as a near society now I no more slotting in back could be about him. See, between the two no and now quarter with junior and him. I bet to us why what your friend is saying oba beka we did not corner not police officer. Now, Obia, we are vegan. I'm not to, and I'm a catcher, so we will be or you are resign a crack. The committee, you know, be comfortable
to have at least to have all that embarrassment.
Another one. And not Lipoba come with dinner who are dominical.
Yeah,
then we also can win all kind of money. Chief Justice, a case in this man dominical, a call retirement, and son a year dinner, and then Okotan and the to us the Nabasa. So, Obabra Papa, near the wedding. So, for me, I think that Niamana Ekosono, there is no political offense under to be a woman unless Obiwa, whatever. We are talking about evidence. Because police in the personal experience and all that on the petition. The other group near Shining Star, also no experience or Monya and Niamo Monya and other person, you know, than the Rufol, you know. Or also, I outlined 21 cases against Chief. On the Niano Yao Urema airtime. Jachi question issue no. Yet we ma order near Bowra court computers CBI or other from above. And never cause of chrome how me say that I did not go through the petition. You will be shocked. And a petition about one thing, so one of my
also respond
because Paul I don't watch in the me who the petition them. Because Abra President Mahama or cho letter their command aqua jet say on money bino that letter no got leak. Petition in Sakai, anybody wants Paul, I don't watch the edited TV. So, so fight, you know, it's not just response. You use political anger. I'm a fighter, but some of these things, I'm fact because I see a different John Mahama, very firm, resolute, and ready to do the right thing. I'm sure, sir, he should go ahead because that is the reason why Ghanaians voted for him. Because Ghanaians will not admit failure, they will not admit weakness. The focus on this thing goes beyond the Chief Justice. It's not about the Chief Justice. It's about the sanctity of the institution called judiciary. We cannot be having criminals living, individuals. I would think that they are all powerful. Than sad notion, do not work today because the youth of today, everything you do. That is why I make catchers self no pretty say boys no far man for social media. And I'm for your mamma what an anchor. Someone never trim. Before they on the call. So we need to do things right. Okay.
All right, Richard.
I'm not the account.
Well, I can't even have one babo.
I say,
we are say benefo bibi e ba benefo buato nyina no yes utu aduboni e bi kawa no utu aduboni a
e bi kawa no
ye nyina e nyina no ye na manfo e relate ye kore ba ye ne mani nyina no ye hwe kwan e fa so a ye ne am
sure
because e bi a ade obe ne no esusu so no em beginsi wo ne o chena bi ba beginsi
yeah
Mami Tokunor o hwe ne ama wa ya ye kwa koto aba na Jane Mensa what they emra bi ba ayeye the whole Ghana yeah no centralized no only in district office baby one man it will take you about 4-5 hours to travel from your your community and go to the district head office and then go and register.
Yes.
When you go, identify the district EC officer is a problem.
Yes.
I say we had to call ya. Omo say omo giving any attention kra.
Offer case ni atworo na wie. That's a deliberate.
Deliberate. Until to one say who common sense about say mama we problem wo ho. Hwe mama we na ebusa na say madam ni time I interview no be chief justice. And I ebusa na say see a wo Ghana ha say o birth certificate ye dey na e ba announce say oh ye wo rich hospital. Ye fill form no sa form no so no. Ye be busa say o ma me your friend say. O be your friend say. O ma me Ghana ni ana wo say ai. O papa Ghana ni ana say ai. Bla wo ya akra no o ma me dey be ma sa response no. Wo ko wo rich hospital a o ba no ni information ni be busa wo. No a kire say wo ye Ghana ni. Na o papa so ye busa na say akra no papa no e Ghana ni ana onye Ghana ni. Na no so ya throw form no so. Enti ufa obia birth certificate ni lineage ni ba bia ofiri ni mam ni papa no ni nationality no it is stated there emphatically. Enti ufa form not to say simes we Ghana ni ana onye Ghana ni. Na ye busa sa mam we sa question say Madam Tokunor say obi Ghana ni and birth certificate the be kire say we Ghana ni ana say dey na be kire say ni pako no we Ghana ni. Was say eno ye primary document e be qualify say ubetima be Ghana ni. Now birth certificate in Chester Ghana ni. Sada me se makoma so kabde me ya bom
ka pai TV no.
TV no. Me say what? Enti nipa say enya de no ekwako gina the whole Supreme Court of this country say onko the constitution. Now I am pana amanfo say omundi asam fa mai ana. Then we are sitting on a time bond. Maame ne niama o ye bra be chief justice no ho. And the money be on my say, oh, count me solid free. I say,
yeah.
Ya dear, or transfer at times exercising over exercising her power. Only me say, Oponi, former Cocoa Board CEO, ni case, bra nani pakra na oti case in so, Papa with my friend is saying. Januvo say you can't say
Yanuga
Papa no maybe I no expire say no bo obe free power say obe handle case obe fufuro per say the man no hye NCT no judge fufuro be taking over the case no. And Chief Justice we will transfer sa judge no e dey call Kumasi. What we say a clear direction say or per se on for before from kwere dem. Na kwa sure na omo hwanya oponi. Enti Madam Tokunor die me no me dwen ho times in ma wo ye Ghana say bra President Akufo-Addo Ghana had the whole Parliament House. A passing mra. You say LGBTQ plus in sensem. Ya shamra say President Shena sign. Na samra we mra. Na obi a odi sam nyama boni bia no. E mani ni no. Ena adian e macho ye President Kwan sign ye. E manu be ye mra. Enti no anka obi ampo ni hu kwan say otimi sa atem we kokko se kwaji injunction. Every bad you know. And now you have some court. Chief Justice. One free case na for so many months. Yet to a baby ye December mu who said power assistant and son now free case no.
Yeah, this may say.
This messy case is said, which the last car moon conform with the case no. Nyansa ni mutimutiza case na mo de ban no. Ya bot rogu. And so madam where there I say President Akufo-Addo Shechire and wo ka che say case where there mama frɛ na so anka we Supreme Court Chief Justice in there and can say wow who said the common sense in it say case we a case of national interest. So let me call this case. That case in our court and avenue marking every Supreme Speaker of Parliament echo Supreme Court any 3 days.
Who's it 3 days?
24 hours.
Every 24 hours so and oppose say about 2 or 10 12 no I panel
obi otimi fa pen ni paper chro amanfo din say president appoint you to Supreme Court dey what be that
it's wait me say
I'm na area
no yes I dey no me say mama wey na dwem bibi wom bibi boni bi na o she papa o no na so wote ho a o hwe nanim nko an ni posture the eye the movement of the head and the way ultimate who say mama no pride I can say pride
pride
no don't use the word pride when it's rather arrogance
so sa si baby a oteno want me for sas to buy no na me dey me omni so yo ba
okay
dey bia ka say mama kwan nanso emma o me mambofo no de e wo se yan twi o mu tonto even feel baby o mten na me ade we ekoso manage because subversing the wills of the people always create chaos
okay
and mama no de I think omo transe the current national advisors to the president no Sankofo we nyina no they are not biased
okay
now who said there's reason in it say mamu e best no impo me come expect say a direct dismissal from office
go to
her so
okay.
now waste time and waste resource about this woman
Bradley so your time na we are
I said bait Tokunor senka obuni hu a o senka obuni hu na se o se suban ni bia eya ye hwehwe baby omuni ba
yes that is the word
na omuni hu on feria de na ni mo ne dwe senko yo bia obuni hu no feria de bunipa ko be hu se the to me bi anase dibia bi mawo a eti se de ade afem wo eti se wa sit down na fra what man se be hwe so ma no Ghana wo yen Ghana for enti ene efre bi Tokunor ene senye ya ni so ni mfaso so ni kunu edana ni kunu nya ade o se ni kunu ya ade o enfo obi ho ekwan ofa so ni kunu nyem ye enfo obi ho ekwan osori anope wadidi se wanidi ye me enfa me ho genti na me bo Tokunor din ye bi ye di o man sika me tua to ni ye de hwe sa oba we me twi me huni munyi no ne we ni edi tua de ka eye me ya se we ye me chief justice ana wa be me chief justice pen eye me ya
to nyanko wi
na dia say me ya bio ni se wa ma ne ho kwan ama amayokuo fota MPP amayokuo fo tantan MPP we ayu su no so one fan say on my way democracy there has always been a very primitive mentality about encophobia wo wi ase say ye mame to me say me chief justice me na me ye miara ne miara there is nobody wo ye onoara ne onoara not even the president of Ghana is onoara ne onoara nobody because the power resides always with the people of this country it is a who the ekosona the narratives the narrations around Mami Tokunor it boils down to only one subject matter.
Okay.
The NPP before their exit had planned, said they will make nonsense of all law or legal arguments. Yeah, and these are led by John Mahama Edeba. And you know, their plan was to make sure say Akufo-Addo pack a court with NPP 4 party apparatchiks. Send Beya, Uma Sam Society Kokota, because Akufo-Addo has already created a criminal syndicate. Edia Wiayeno, some criminal syndicates no, or more benefited from a Nyoma Bonia Akoso Akufo-Addo Abemu. And unti wo Akufo-Addo. Sisa court no, na ye kofie kura sika ye wia no. Ye kwa court no be bonsem na gu because ye no omu nyina na ebedi case ebedi sika no. Ensase ye no omu na wia sika ye no omu na ebedie dada. Enunti no fatokonu onu na sabio ye di asani ba court or be empanel judges. Panu kwatena ho. Nefa nipa mako 11 koka ne ho e wo Supreme Court ho. Eyire so paya Supreme Court ne di asem ne baba. Enunti no pake court no na Akufo-Addo pake court no. Etu timi usa akwa bi ye friend ya wo gawo se gawo gatete o se gawo den yo. Boye parliamentary candidate tesa list o la ko dina o se mo nto aba mame on the ticket of MPP. God forbid anyway. Now me ma ko dina wi en here say list o say no why a parliamentary candidate so ko na ko tell Supreme Court.
All right.
Obi enim so mo nyina ya MPP 4. Etime no John Mahama can reset no. The first place after that party
Na court no.
A court.
Okay.
Because of John as a Sanctity justice. Me am one some person because they are political. Why must it not be political? This is to salvage the situation all the time. Okay. Politics. A bomb here the peri your eba. Unless you want to tell me say politics not the papa. Why would you have to be political? And what say this? He did say yes. You pursue a pump chief justice because why a lawless lawyer.
Thank you.
Lawless.
All right.
So we want to make offer. Your friend is saying,
yeah.
I mean, unim. When the Babylon is falling, let us be happy and be glad.
Okay.
Because Jericho face on ebubu. To Mahama say free throw. Na bodu nya twaniti ade aka nyina ya homa.
Me da say.
Etie ti twani nyina tuntumu.
Na yedi me kwa
ni mu afu because o mahu say o mo plan no eto ati. Sika na o mawia no ye ba beje.
Me da.
Reset. They thought he was joking.
Okay.
He means business. And we have reset it and put him at the way. Abriwa way. Say go mua and care for his uncle. Wait or come. The former Chief Justice.
Okay.
And I'm a more a year, Mia Casamina penny, me papa, my for